This newsreel is being brought to you by the Flooring Center in downtown Springfield. Robertson County has lost another barn, this one over in Coopertown. The fire broke out just a little after 1 a.m. early Sunday morning. The barn is located at 2754 Battle Creek Road in Coopertown. And as you can see from this Google Street View photo, it was a good-looking barn. The Robertson County Sheriff's Department was called out to the fire because the owner of the barn indicated that the fire to him seemed suspicious.
Well, it's probably, I don't know, maybe 1:30. I was flipping through the channels, and I heard an explosion really loud. I was like, holy crap. I said, somebody needs to work on their vehicle. Yeah, I thought a car backfired or something.
Right.
Before I could get that thought out in my head, it was like daylight up this hill. That barn was engulfed, bottom to top, all the way around.
A Cumberland Electric came out and did a rather thorough search of the area. They determined that there was no transformer close enough to account for the loud explosion that Mr. Hall heard. They also determined that there was no at least obvious sign that any electrical external source would have been the cause of the fire. Whether or not the loud explosion that Mr. Hall heard was as a result of an arsonist or something inside the structure that exploded as a result of the fire will have to be determined by fire investigators. These kinds of fires are always problematic for fire investigators to try to determine a cause, since there's always so little left of the structure to try to figure out exactly what happened. But if there was in fact a loud explosion inside the structure, that might be a little easier for the investigators to pinpoint. And if they can, then it might be possible to determine whether or not that explosion was in fact part of the cause or just a reaction to the fire.
We got here, we had a report of a barn fire, well involved. We got here, the barn in fact was fully involved and it had spread to fields on both sides. Utilities above head, including the pole, were on fire as well. We stretched the line to contain the fire in the fields. And because the structure, of course, like I said, was a total loss, so we covered exposures, just try to make sure it didn't spread to any other structures or endanger anyone. So
you called some other resources, but then called them off, like White
yes,
House, right?
We did call for another department just because there's no hydrants out here and we would have to sustain a water supply. So we called for assistance, but then once we got it in hand pretty quick, then we did scale them back and cancel their response.
And you did call for the police to come?
We did call for law enforcement. We had a neighbor that said that he works nights and was up and heard something similar to an explosion and looked out and the barn was on fire all over. So we're just trying to cover all our bases.
Yeah, it might have just been, who knows? I mean,
maybe a
old
transformer,
wiring or whatever.
Maybe a transformer. That's one of the firefighters.
There's no transformer that close. There's nothing like that. And I can't think of any. I didn't have anything combustible that I can think of.
So you are the barn owner?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. And but anyway, I mean, it was just fully engulfed. And the first thing, I started to run up here, and it's like, duh. So I made the call and they came.
Were you insured?
And, well, interestingly, when you buy homeowners insurance, thank you, State Farm, they have to insure those separately. And I've talked to them about insuring it all.
Mm-hmm.
And that was going to cost me an extra like $118 a month with State Farm, thank you, a month.
So you did or did not insure it?
So I did not.
That's good.
I mean, $118 a month for one structure.
Right.
So.
How long has it been there? How old was it?
I think it was built in '46, so it's probably some boy that came home from the war. This is the old fry place. It's the biggest last single parcel left of the farm.
Right.
I stored hay and actually used the stalls in there, when I have, goats or in the middle of the winter, kind of thing. But I had some tools in there and stuff. And, nothing of great value. No implements, no tractor, thank God. I never felt comfortable putting anything like that in there that close to the road, but particularly since I had the trouble with one barn's so-called restorer. And so old men are patient.
The Pleasant View Volunteer Fire Department, the Robertson County EMS, and EMA, along with the Robertson County Sheriff's Department, all responded to the blaze. As I'd indicated in one of the earlier barn fires, we always have a few barn fires each year, and at least one chief felt that the number of barn fires that we have had, although there's probably one or two that are suspicious, the total number of barn fires is not that unusual for a normal growing season. At any rate, Smokey will keep an eye on this story for you. If anything comes out of the investigation of any significance, we'll certainly bring that to you. This has been Jim Ball reporting for Smokey Barn News in Coopertown. When you're going over the vast array of flooring options available today, why not consider a company that's been doing floors since the early 1900s? That's right, I'm talking about the Flooring Center. They're located at 505 Memorial Boulevard in Springfield, and the minute you walk in the door, you'll know things are different. One thing you'll notice right away, whether you're talking to an installer or you're talking to a salesman on the floor, everyone knows a lot about floors at the Flooring Center. So whether it's hardwood or tile, if you're looking for price, quality, and service, then you're looking for the Flooring Center, formerly the Furniture Center. For more great flooring ideas, see a link to their Facebook page below this video.